ABC, how's it going? Right, okay, very quick video. This is what I listen to in the background. This is a recent pickup. I got it from a seller on eBay for £3. This is Alive by Bohannon. I love Hamilton Bohannon's music. He made some great records throughout the 1970s. They've all got that sort of driving disco sound. Yeah, really good stuff. Never see stuff shown in the VC. His records are always cheap if you see him pick them up. So cool. Right, okay. Right, just one new record on the show. This is it's a new reissue just to come out on Mr. Bongo by an artist called Celia, a Brazilian artist. This is a debut album from 1970. Now, originals of this go for well into the hundreds of pounds, which is well outside the price range. So pleased to get this on a Mr. Bongo reissue, and the pressing is lovely. I showed her second album, which Mr. Bongo reissued probably about 12 months ago now. Lovely stuff. I'll do a needle drop on that, well worth checking out. Right, okay. I watched a VC video by Dr. Rhythm probably a couple of weeks ago now. Everybody knows Mark and John. They have a monthly listening session and then show what they've been playing, which is cool. And this is a record that they showed this time round. This is the Average White Band's Soul Searching. Now, normally when I watch their videos, there's always stuff in there which I don't know, which I'm not familiar with. I think I really must check it out and then probably forget. Well, this time I didn't. I checked this out online. It's a lovely record, and I subsequently picked this up from Discogs. It's only £3. Yeah, so 1976. I think Mark described it as having a Rufus and Chaka Khan type sound to it. It does, but a couple of tracks on here have a real Marvin Gaye feel as well. Certainly the vocal arrangements. That sort of Let's Get It On period Marvin. Definite direct influence here. But yeah, a lovely record, well worth picking up if you see it. Right, okay. I answered a Facebook marketplace listing where a guy was selling a record collection. The price was £350 or £1 each. So I thought, well, I'll go and check out some records for £1 each. So there's certainly 450 records there, but all wasn't as it seemed. He was actually a dealer. He'd bought his collection. He'd picked out all the good stuff. He'd boxed it all up, ready to sell at a record fair that weekend. He then got his mates round, all his dealer mates, who had gone through the rest of it and picked out what they wanted out of what was left. And I turned up just really what the dregs there, you know. So it was all a lot of well, hundreds of easily listening records basically. But it's funny that people, you know, stuff that I think is pretty good, people chose to leave it behind. So I picked out sort of about 20 or 30 records which I'll flip myself at a record fair next month, or a car boot in the summer. So stuff like, let's go around. So there's like library soundtracks there, Byron Lee and the Dragonaires. I say all these are £1. Soul to Soul, Club Classics, the Presidents, a nice male vocal harmony album on Sussex. I've already got it, but lovely stuff. Nice blaxploitation soundtrack, Staple Singers and Curtis Mayfield, Let's Do It Again. Stuff like the Soul Soul Orchestra. Yeah, so plenty of that sort of thing. But there were quite a few things that I'm going to keep for myself. So first up, this is Brer Soul by Melvin Van Peebles, and he said Mario Van Peebles, which is his son. But so he is widely acknowledged as having made the first blaxploitation film and soundtrack with Sweet Sweet Ass Badass Song. Trying to get that right. Yeah, so this album came out before that though. This is from 1968-69. It's basically a spoken word album with a jazz accompaniment. Yeah, really nice stuff if that's your sort of thing. It's not something that I ever see around here. So I think I paid £4 for this. This is one that he had picked out and put a higher price on. But yeah, really nice stuff. That's on the A&M label. And with all these, some of the covers are a little worn, but the vinyl for all of them is absolutely mint. So yeah, so the Pound Records. First up, the Persuaders, Best Thing That Ever Happened to Me. Now, they made some great albums in the 1970s. I think they put out 4 albums in total. Their first album was a platinum selling record. Had a massive hit on it with A Thin Line Between Love and Hate, which was later covered by the Pretenders. I know BBC did a lovely reggae version of it as well. This is their third album, 1974 on Atlantic, well, on Atco. A couple of massive tunes on this as well. So Some Guys Have All the Luck, which was later covered by Robert Palmer, Rod Stewart, Maxi Priest also did it, and the title track on this as well, Best Thing That Ever Happened to Me, was later a big hit for Gladys Knight and the Pips. It's that mid-70s male vocal harmony soul. Love it. Yeah, really nice stuff. I'll do a needle drop on that. More male vocal harmony soul. This is a Bloodstone I Need Time. This is from 1975, UK pressing on Decca. Again, it was a quid. Yeah, this is a slightly different sound. It's got a slightly darker feel, well the music has anyway. There's a definite influence from those Norman Whitfield productions from the early 70s, Temptations, The Undisputed Truth. Yeah, it's nice stuff, and I say for a quid you can't turn it down, but yeah, good stuff. An album that I've been after for a little while. This is A New Birth and Blind Baby. This is a US pressing on Buddha. Yeah, now they made some nice albums in the 70s as well, but this is real kitchen sink soul. You know, it's got everything thrown at it. So, you know, there's male and female vocal harmonies, there's brass, there's strings. Yeah, big funky sounds. I'll do a needle drop on this as well, but yeah, not a hard record to come across. You can get it easily online, but never see it in the wild. So great stuff. Now it's funny, isn't it? So this is a real easy listening record. This is the Mystic Moods. Now they made some, well, quite a few records in the late 60s, early 70s. The sort of stuff you'll always pass up on at a car boot sale or a charity shop. But there's always a couple of hidden gems on these records. Yeah, so this has got, yeah, it's got a really nice version of California Dreaming, the Mamas and Papas song. Yeah, and the whole album's got that sort of 60s vibe to it. But it made me pull this out actually. This is something that I picked up a few months ago now. This is a 45 by the Mystic Moods called Cosmic Sea. If you haven't heard this, check it out. I'll do a needle drop on this actually. The drums on this record are incredible. So yeah, see what you think for yourself. But yeah, great stuff. If you've seen any of their records, always worth picking up. Yeah, more sort of female vocal harmony. This is Silver, Platinum and Gold. Late 70s on Far Records. It's a white label promo. Again, just a quid. More of a disco sound with this one. Yeah, not perfect. It's a pretty average album to be perfectly honest, but nice enough. Best of Kool and the Gang, so best of their 70s stuff on Polydor. I've got all these tunes on the original albums, but nice to have a compilation. Stuff like Funky Stuff, Jungle Boogie, Good Times. Yeah, lovely Nick as well, so good stuff. A few jazz albums. Freddie Hubbard, Straight Life. Yeah, I mean, look at the lineup on this. This is on CTI. I like all of the records that Freddie Hubbard made on CTI in the early 70s. All lovely stuff. This has got George Benson, Ron Carter, Jack DeJohnette, Herbie Hancock, Joe Henderson. I mean, you can't beat that, can you? But yeah, a lovely copy on CTI. I mean, I don't get why anybody would leave that behind. You know, it's you know, surely that's got a value. You know, but there you go. A bit more jazz. Art Blakey. This is from 1978. Again, a cheap and cheerful release, really. But this is called In My Prime. Yeah, nice. I played this quite a bit actually, but as I say, a late 70s release on Timeless, but nice enough for a quid. Right, actually, one other jazz record, Ron Carter, Parade. This is on Milestone. The sleeve on this is a bit warm, but the record's lovely. Yeah, and again, look at the lineup on this. Ron Carter, Tony Williams. It's all about the rhythm section of this record. Absolutely wonderful stuff. But also features Joe Henderson on sax, Chick Corea on piano. Yeah, lovely stuff. Right, okay. Oh, very quickly, this is something else. This is something I picked up from a friend. He was doing a record fair a few weeks ago, and I went through his stuff in advance of him selling it. And I picked this up. This is Tina Turner's debut album. Tina Turns the Country On, it's called. This is the first album after splitting with Ike. It seems funny that a debut solo album's a country record. I don't quite get that, but yeah, it's good. It's good stuff. You know, it's country funk. So if that's your thing, check it out. I'll do a needle drop on this. Certainly, the opening track, Bio Song, is wonderful. Her vocal on it, well, as you'd expect, all of her 70s albums are worth picking up. They're always cheap. Even the stuff that she put out with Ike as well is pretty cheap. Apart from their early 60s releases that are on Sue Records. All of the late 60s, early 70s stuff is always cheap and always worth picking up, so never leave it behind. But yeah, I say I'll do a little drop on that, so cool, cheers.
Eu fiz este fazes tão mal comigo. E eu fiz este blues chorando.
Understand a little than to misunderstand a lie. Oh, you will remember me, Lord, Lord, baby. Oh, yeah. You will remember me, baby. Oh, no, no, no. You will remember me, baby. Well, yes, I will. Mama used to say, have the truth.